In today's episode, we talk about an entrepreneur article that shows us 6 steps on how to become a better leader and how you can apply these to becoming the best you possible. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I'm grateful you're here. I want to show you how powerful self-awareness is in your personal development journey, and I believe that the 6 steps to leadership are also the same path to better personal development. Let's get into it. Step 1, let go of shoulds. This is incredibly important. How often are you talking to yourself or thinking, it shouldn't be this way, or it should be this way, I should have gotten the promotion, or I should be able to lose weight? Let me tell you, it's just not useful. Even if it is true, living in a world of should is just handcuffing yourself. You give no room to grow because it should have happened. And if it should have happened, why would the mind bother thinking about it? We can't do that to ourselves. We always have to give ourselves the best opportunity to learn and grow. So, whatever you do, do not get caught up in the should trap. It's a never-ending pit of despair. Don't do it. 2, take responsibility. There's been so many times where I felt helpless, and that's because I didn't realize that all I had to do was take responsibility. It didn't matter if it was my fault, and it didn't matter what should have happened. But once I had taken responsibility for the outcome, it had freed open millions of possibilities of how I could take action next. And it's only through taking action that you really move forward and grow. Always take responsibility, and you'll find that when you do take responsibility, everyone else will respect you more. They will appreciate it, because here's a little known fact. It's really scary, and no one wants to do it. And by just standing up and taking that weight on your shoulders, which isn't even a weight, it's almost nothing, but the sheer act of showing your willingness to take responsibility opens up so much potential. 3, get to know yourself. I don't think a day goes by where I don't read something or hear something that is about knowing yourself, which is great because self-awareness really is key. Without knowing who you are and what you're about, it is so difficult to move forward. You can go down the path least traveled and not have to walk uphill. It's so important to understand what you are and what you're about. It really allows you to find the best path to victory. And the game of personal growth is about winning. It's about moving forward. It's about getting what you want and desire. However, without knowing yourself, you could easily be going in circles, or you could even be going in the wrong direction. And I don't want that to happen. It's incredibly important that you know yourself. And that only happens through time and effort. It's very important that you're always watching and seeing what you really do care about and what makes you the best you. It's only by taking those things and maximizing them that you really start to open up real possibilities and start doing monumental things in your life. Don't ever estimate the importance of self-awareness and understanding your strengths. Play to them. It'll get you further in life than you could ever expect. 4, accept yourself. Give yourself a big hug. Realize that you're not perfect and you have a lot of weaknesses. Most people have way more weaknesses than they do strengths. I know I do. And for a long time, I thought the surest path to victory was making them better. I was wrong. It was only by really focusing on my strengths and pushing them further that I got incredibly powerful. How do you get past your weaknesses? It's about self-acceptance. Listen, you could maybe take your weakest point and make it above average, but the time and effort it would take to do that is just not worth it. It's a lot of pain and a lot of anguish and a lot of struggle. And let me tell you, on this journey of life, you're going to feel those things no matter what. It's just human nature. So what's most important is, in the process of knowing yourself, when you identify those weaknesses, accept them. Move on to the next thing. Don't let that hold you up. Now, don't ignore it either. You do have to understand and appreciate what's going on, because otherwise you're going to get blindsided and you're going to get yourself tripped up. But that is way different than acceptance. I find meditation to be the best way to solve this, because for a lot of us, our inner weaknesses are turmoil, and we can spend so much time beating ourselves up. And it's just incredibly difficult to pull yourself out of that void without some mindfulness practice. It is literally the exercise of detaching from those negative emotions and observing yourself in the moment and staying present. So always remember, accept yourself. 5, embrace challenge. Okay, we know our weaknesses, we know our strengths, and it's still hard. Great, that is okay. Challenge is where growth is. Science shows us that the best way to get into that flow state, that place where you're not thinking and you're just doing and moving forward, is when you're failing 3 out of 7 times. That implies a challenge. And by embracing that challenge, you waste 0 mental energy and 0 emotional energy on battling with why is it hard and what's this struggle. Instead, you embrace it. You take it on because you know that your strengths are going to get you to the next side. And on the other side of that challenge, you become a better, stronger person. And there's always going to be another challenge. With every level, new challenges come. But again, we're focusing on our strengths. We know our weaknesses. When you're moving forward and you see that challenge that's going to get you to your next goal, be super grateful that you found it. Up until this point, you may have been banging your head against the wall that wasn't going anywhere. We're going to jump over this one, maybe dig under it. Shit, we might just be able to walk 3 steps to the right and go around it. But we can't know that if we don't actually embrace that challenge. And by embracing it, you're also going to find the best answer. I promise you. 6, let go of limiting beliefs that don't serve you. This is probably one of the most powerful keys to self-awareness and one of the most difficult to fully understand until you've practiced it a couple of times. It's like a balancing act of appreciating what your weaknesses are, identifying them, knowing them to be true, but also letting them go. It can be so difficult when you explain to someone something you can't do. Very often, they want to help and they want to say, of course you could if you just focused on it and tried harder. Best use of your time and energy is to focus on your strength through the next challenges that we're embracing. If you really know that this is something you're not good at and you're not interested in it, you just have to let go. You don't have to really even mention it or talk about it. And if you find yourself in a situation where someone's asking you to do something that is in that zone of weakness, I let them know that really doesn't play to my strengths. I don't think I'm the best person for that position. Let the person know that you don't believe that you're best fitted for that role or that task. If you do know a way that you can contribute, offer that. However, I find it best to just be open and honest with people. No one's going to hate you for being honest with them. However, if you try to take on challenges that are not interesting and don't play to your strengths, that is not going to bode well for you in the long term. You're setting yourself up for failure, and we're looking to win this game, not make it harder than it needs to be. It's only by letting go of limited beliefs that you'll give yourself the additional bandwidth to really start moving forward and building a better, stronger you. Remember, we have a very limited amount of attention and awareness. We have to keep it on the goal at mind, and anything that gets in the way can't get in the way, so don't let it. Let go of limiting beliefs, and you'll be able to truly move forward. Melissa Dawn really wrote a powerful article. I'm going to link to it in the description. I want you to check it out, as it was originally intended to show you how to be a better leader, and if that's your goal in mind, you really can't beat it. I also made a video reading the article for those of you who aren't interested in reading. I totally understand that. I almost exclusively do all my learning through audiobooks and YouTube videos. And the goal of the TMC project is to make personal development easier. And the best way to do that is through self-awareness and keep moving forward. Don't quit on yourself. You're the only one you have. And over time, you will find out that you can achieve anything if you really want it. So don't forget to ask yourself, what do I want? What do I really want? Thank you guys for joining me. I would love it if you liked this video. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm here to make your life better. I'm here to make personal development easier. Let me know what's challenging you. I would love to help. Remember, this is a game. We don't want to let it beat us up, but that doesn't mean we're not trying to win. And if you're trying to win on a really high level, you can't let anything get in your way. There you have it, 6 steps to becoming a better leader. I believe you can apply these to personal growth and win the game of life. Thank you for joining me. I want you guys to have an awesome day. And remember, you're worth it. Don't let anyone tell you any differently.